Hello internet people, my name is Robert and this is my Etoro review. I'll list out 5 pros and cons about the trading platform. Now these are mostly based on my experience and opinion, but some are also coming from other people. I hope that after this video you will have more confidence in deciding if Etoro is the right platform for you. Here's a golden advice from Arnie.
It is not pleasant to lose money once one becomes accustomed to its use.
Spot on, Arnie, spot on. Before we start, I want to remind you that with Etoro you're trading CFDs, so contract for difference. You basically just speculate if the asset like a stock or cryptocurrency goes up or down in price, but you don't actually own whatever you're trading. Now the cool thing is that usually you have more trading options with CFD trading platforms, but it comes with a higher spread fee. Let's start with the positive sides first. The first pro on my list is that Etoro has a very intuitive dashboard and it's super easy to use even for a beginner. You can save things to your watch list, view the portfolio and check news feed. But also they provide more detailed graphs for all the data nerds. If you're copying a trader, you are able to see what is in their portfolio and how well they've been trading throughout the years on Etoro. So you can stalk their progress like this. Now Etoro has a pretty unique feature which they call copy trading. This is how they explain it. Copy trading allows you to copy other traders of your choice so that any trades they open will automatically open your account with a proportional percentage of your allocated funds. So for example, you can see here I'm copying Trex with $490. This means whatever he does with his portfolio, Etoro will follow it for me automatically. If he buys Apple stocks, the same stock will be added to my portfolio. Now this works in proportion to your fund. So if Trex buys Apple stock with $1,000 and it's 10% of his portfolio, Etoro will buy Apple stock with 10% of my portfolio. So in my case, it would be $49. The idea of copy trading is that you kind of leave trading to these traders and you just collect the profits. So it's very passive investing. But please note, it is still the same risk as with any type of investing. So be careful you don't end up like this. The third thing I like about Etoro is the social aspect. Etoro has grown to a big community. You can chat and post directly on the platform. So for example, you could have a heated discussion with a copy trader you follow or just ask questions from the community. Just to show you how the interest in Etoro has grown over the years, here's a graph from Google Trends. You can see it's been growing through the years steadily and actually peaked now during the COVID. The fourth benefit of Etoro is the popular investor program. If you're consistently profitable, you can make extra money by having a people copy. Now, there are different levels and requirements to join the program, but you can already start making $400 a month just by having 10 copiers and by having 50,000 assets under your management. But the more popular investors have much more money under their management. So for example, I have a Jan Swang from Malaysia here. Okay, I think I completely butchered that name. Sounds more like a rapper. I'll copy him as well. And if we take a look, over 3,000 copiers and about 2 to 5 million under his management. But basically, let's say he has the 2 million. That means Etoro is paying him $30,000 to $45,000 every year just for being a popular investor. So I think that's a pretty good deal, especially he's not a big copier, he's like a mid-size. The biggest ones have 20,000 plus copiers and they have much more assets under their management. So there's infinite possibilities as the platform grows. This way you can become a mini version of the Wolf of Wall Street. No, God! The fifth thing I like about Etoro is that it just has all kinds of assets on one platform. You have stocks, cryptos, forex, ETFs, commodities, and so on. Now, for some of these, you have minimum quantities So for example, you can buy gold with $100. I think it starts at like $2,000 or something like that, you know. Now I started with the positive sides of eToro, but what about the negative sides? The first con is that basically eToro has higher fees than other platforms. I have a whole separate video about eToro fees, and you should see the video teaser somewhere here appearing. It's here, the white thingy. And if you're interested in seeing all the fees, I explain those in that video in detail. But essentially, eToro doesn't have fees on non-leveraged stock trading, but pretty high spread fees on other assets. It really depends on what and how you're trading. But what makes it more expensive is the conversion fees, which are taken if your money is in any other currency than US dollar. But at least they report all your fees right in the dashboard. Just head to your eToro dashboard and click on Portfolio. Then on top, click on the backward clock icon, and here you will see any fees that you've had while trading. And I know some of you will treat this page like this. La 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 la. Oh. The second thing that I don't like about eToro is that for some assets like cryptos and currencies, they have variable spread fees. And it's a bit hard to find, but in the terms and conditions, they have this line stating a variable spread is a spread that is not constant in value. The spread will vary according to market conditions and liquidity changes. Due to the volatile nature of these currencies, a typical spread cannot be listed on the fees page with respect to such instruments. Now, don't worry, it's not like your spread fees will be 10% of your trade, but it could mean that at one point you pay 5 cents and an hour later you'll pay 15 cents. But this is probably one reason that they are registered in Cyprus, where all the laws are a bit more flexible. I mean, even the Russian mobsters hang out there.
Hey, Igor, why you here? Hey, Ivan, easy European passport.
The third con is the speed of withdrawal. So usually it should take 2 to 4 days, but some people have reported that it took them up to 2 weeks to get their money back on their account. Now, I think a few days, maybe a week is acceptable, but people tend to get nervous if they don't see their money for more than a week.
eToro customer service. Where's my money?
What money?
Disappointed!
But personally, I've never had issues with this. The money always came to my account whenever I requested it. Maybe it took a bit longer. I'm not so specific about that. The fourth con is the way they handle volatile situations, and what I mean by this is something like we had with oil during the beginning of the Corona crisis. Oil plummeted, total nosedive, so to cover their own asses, eToro closed the ability to trade oil. This is something that actually happened to my friend. I think he bought oil at like $15, so it already dipped a little bit, and then it continued the drop, but meanwhile eToro closed all the trading and set automatic stop loss at 50% or something like that, and boom, my friend's oil trade closed automatically at $7. And obviously he knew that oil will rise back at some point. Well, he noticed this, but he couldn't buy the oil again because the trading was limited, and he lost a big portion of his money on that trade. Now, to be honest, I do think other CFD platforms do the same thing, but this is something you need to know if there's a volatile situation that something like this could happen. Now, the last negative point is unresponsive customer service, as some people have reported that eToro customer service is just unresponsive. Honestly, I haven't experienced that. I mean, it takes them a couple days to respond, so maybe I'm just more patient person. But I reached out to them on 3 separate occasions and they did help me resolve my issue. If you're still considering eToro as a platform, check out my video about eToro fees. The video will appear just here. Or maybe you will be more interested in seeing how eToro compares to other platforms. The YouTube playlist with videos will appear here.